Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to It's Giving Review with your host Tina
and Johna, and we're here to give you the latest scoop on all things entertainment. From the latest TV shows and movies, our favorite restaurants and bars, and everything in between.
We're here to give you all the tea. So sit back, listen in, and let's get to it. What's up, good people? Welcome back to It's Giving Review. I'm Tina, and I'm here with Johna. And we are excited today because we finally have the second part to you. So we're going to be recapping, episode 6. So yeah, it's going to be fun. I have some new ideas. I got some things to say. This is getting better. It's getting better. But real quick, before we get into the recap, I just wanted to, I'm sure you guys noticed, Johna and I have on matching Nike sweaters. These are super cute. I loved it so much. I had to get her one. And so yeah, we're both wearing it. And I went to my hairstylist pop-up. She had a pop-up shop, and I met this girl who makes these. And in case you guys want it, her name is Andrea. So this is her tag on Instagram. It's Andrea's _boutique_. And Andrea's is ANDREAS. So if you guys want it, follow her, order some. She has a bunch of different colors. They're super cute. We're comfortable. That's what this show is about, being comfortable. So yeah, shout out to her because I love this sweater.
I do too.
It's popping.
It's so cute. It looks like cute. Marble. It's giving you marble vibes. So
it's marble. It's comfy. It's soft. Like, I love it. So we're twinning right now. This is my treacherous twin.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. If you're watching or if you're listening on the podcast, you guys are probably like, what the heck are they talking about? So go to YouTube.
Go to YouTube. Watch the show. You'll see. Or maybe we'll post a picture. Maybe we'll post a picture like on our It's Giving Review Instagram so you can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we have time, we'll post it. If not, yes. Watch the channel.
Yeah, the sweaters are super cute. But we're so excited to be back. I'm glad finally we know who the killer is. That was like everything. Like, now we know. It's Reese.
And Joe is still doing good though. He's trying to still be a good person. Okay, I just want to say that. So let's cheers to Joe, who is still trying to be a good person, but he's being blackmailed. So let's note that he's being a good person.
Yes. So Reese got him in a mess. I was really hoping that this season he would be good and just not get caught up in no drama. Finally meet a girl.
Or Marianne, just being with Marianne. So the way that it starts, right, is Joe goes to one of Reese's political events. I would say we could start there, right? Reese, he puts his stalker cap on, right? He's over there, he's watching Reese. He's like, okay, you're the killer. This is crazy, right? Like, of course you have the perfect cover up because you're running for mayor, like, so he's over there, he's stalking. There's some girl, this random lady that they keep showing throughout the episodes, taking pictures, and like, you would think that she could have been working with Reese. I actually thought that. I thought maybe she was working, and that's how like Reese knew Joe's every move. But it turns out something different. But it's funny because when Joe is watching Reese's speech, he has his cap on, like he's blending in. Reese's ass walked right past Joe, looked him dead in his eyes, like I know you here. I ain't scared of you. Like, like I'm blackmailing you. Yeah, come watch me. You can see where I'm at. I don't care. Like he was not shook, scared, nothing. Huh?
Not at all.
Just
not at all.
Just existing.
He feels powerful. Like he's like
powerful.
It's all in my hands right now, right? Because he knows he has Joe like in a vulnerable place. He has the body parts. He still has like a lot of evidence. He could plant on Joe. I was just like,
which is basically what we're going, like him blackmailing Joe.
Exactly. And that paparazzi lady I thought was really interesting. A couple episodes, like I know, especially like if you guys listen back to our podcast too, I remember seeing her and I was just like, there's this really suspicious paparazzi lady. Like she keeps popping up. I'm like, I don't know about her, but she's weirding me out. Like I just notice her. She's in the background, always like looking at Joe. So I kind of thought maybe she had something to do with something. And now it makes sense. I'm like, she's a big part of this episode.
Yeah.
So her name is Dawn. So we'll elaborate on her because
she is important.
A whole psychopath.
Yeah, she is a whole psycho.
That was so funny. One of the next big things though, and if we're looking down, it's always, we're just looking at the notes we have right here. But Adam is still struggling with his money issues. And like that part I think was kind of big in this episode too. Yeah. It's like him and Phoebe still trying to figure out their relationship. And he like makes a bet with some guy that he'll sell all his cars, or like he'll give him his cars if Phoebe says no, and the guy's like, yeah, if she says yes, then you'll be rich and you won't have nothing to worry about. I'll give you a ring and we'll be even. But I thought that was really weird. I'm just like,
it was like a bet for him to marry Phoebe. I didn't like that because Phoebe is a loving girl and she really does love Adam. So
I know
it's kind of messed up that Adam, but you know what? Adam does need the money. My problem is he need to go ask his dad. Like, why are you so worried? Stop trying to get Phoebe involved. Go ask your dad for the money, damn it. Like, why is he so scared? Like, he's so scared. He don't want to ask his dad for money. Like, because he's like the family, I think they call him like the family, like, fuck up or whatever in another episode.
Like the black sheep or something.
Yeah, like, so I guess he's like intimidated by his family. Like, it seems like they'll help him, but they look down on him and he doesn't seem to like that very much. So he doesn't want to ask his dad, but
which is honorable though. Like he could just be using his family, like most of them probably do. But he's trying. But
why use Phoebe instead? You know what I mean? Like you'll use somebody else, but not your family. Use your family. If you really loved her, you're not gonna. You probably ask your family before you know you want to prove yourself. Like, look, I know you have money. I don't want to use your money. I don't want you to think that I'm marrying you for money. Like,
do you think he is? Like, he doesn't like her?
Yes, I think that he asked her because he wants money. Like, he knew that's what the whole bet was.
Oh,
I'm mad at him. Like, I don't mess with him right now. Like, he needs to figure his stuff out. Like she said, figure it out. And if you really do love me, you'll come back. So
I think he does love her. I think he's just a fucking piece of shit. Like he is fucked up. He isn't figuring out his money right. He ain't handling his businesses right. Cause like, I think he wants to do the sundry house. And remember, he kept having meetings like in other episodes, like trying to do business and trying to be this macho guy. Like, I think he wants to like have his own money.
I think he spent all his money on coke.
Yeah, literally.
And other drugs. And literally. Like he's doing it all wrong. He's doing it all wrong. He need to be selling the coke, not doing. I'm just kidding.
You ain't.
That's what he need to do. Get it through the sundry house. Like ship the coke through. Get it going. You're doing it wrong. You're doing the drugs. You're not supposed to do that.
I'm so weak. I love you. You need to be in the crew.
Like y'all doing this wrong, but like I'm dead.
Let us help you out. Dang.
But so
then it like flashes to another scene. I think Adam did tell Joe that he wants to propose to her, and like I think he loves her, but he's just a hot mess. He don't know how to love somebody because he don't know.
I think he was manipulating it because he knows Phoebe really thinks highly of Joe. So he was like, put in a good word for me. Why are you telling somebody brand new to Phoebe's like, put in a good word for me?
Yeah.
She's so like, because she loves Joe. Also, what's really important to note is that Phoebe in the beginning told Adam, I feel like somebody's watching me. I feel like somebody's stalking me. Like, she felt that way from the beginning.
Yeah.
So, Adam was like, just stay with me. So that way you feel protected and safe. But she did have a feeling of that. And she expressed that to him in the beginning. So we got to note that too.
Definitely.
Because her intuition was on point with that.
Mm-hmm. We always know. Trust your gut. If your gut is saying something, it's right on target typically. Right. Okay, so one of the next things that it flips to is Joe goes back to his apartment. So they're like planning for Kate's event. She's having like another event where she's going to sell Simon's artwork, which I was kind of like, he is dead. He's still trying to profit off his like art. Well, now he's probably more famous, so I get it, but that was kind of funny to me. But he goes back home and Reese pops up at his apartment. And he's like, I just want a friend. And like, I finally met my match. Like, we're perfect. What we have in common is just like, it's too good to be true. Like, and I forget everything exactly that he said. That was the gist of it. And I was just like, he's really psycho.
Yeah, like, Reese is looking for somebody who's like him. And he really believes that Joe, it's funny because this whole season, Joe's like, I'm going to prove to everybody I'm not a murderer. Right. And then Reese comes and he's like, I want to prove to you that you are. Like, why do you think that you're not? You actually are, right? And proof is in the pudding. Like, Reese knows. He's like, you've been killing people and covering it up. Like, you think you're not a killer? Right. So I think he's trying to pull it out of him. Like, look, you're just like me. You are literally just like me. And I want a friend. He wants somebody to talk to. And even though it's like, it's kind of twisted. It is twisted. You could tell like Reese is really longing for intimacy with a person, like being able to talk to them about like how they are. Like, imagine being that way, right? Being a murderer, but somebody who gets a thrill off of killing people, right? I feel like it's far and few. So meeting somebody who is like
Absolutely.
you and you have something in common to talk to, I see why Reese is
He's like-
obsessed with. He tells Joe, like, I like you. I don't want
I
to
care
frame
about
you.
you.
Yeah, he's like, I like you. I care about you. I don't want to frame you. I want you to frame someone else because I'm looking out for you, because he wants someone to talk to and you know, share the experience of killing people. And although Joe maybe doesn't get turned on by it, he still does it for whatever reason. Maybe Reese does have a thrill, Joe doesn't have a thrill, but he still does it. There's something about it, you know, about Joe that is just as fucked up as Reese. So
they're both trash. They're both
but
crazy. I'm just like, I'm blown away because I feel like they took this season like a whole nother direction. Joe was trying so hard to be better, but now he met another match. What was I saying earlier? Oh, the murder duo.
the murder duo. That's right. Yeah, that's his treacherous twin. Y'all know that Drake song, treacherous twin. That's Joe. Joe and Reese are treacherous twins. They're the same.
I was like, dang, like he met his match. But I did think like one thing, I wrote down a couple of things like Reese was saying. I still feel like they are really similar too, because I think, nah, never mind. Reese is just psycho because he said he killed Malcolm because he was blackmailing him over the gambling.
Joe would kill someone if they were blackmailing him too. Come on now. Come on now.
Nobody ever blackmailed Joe.
What?
I think Joe.
He would definitely.
Joe always acted like it was like to protect the girl or to like get closer to a girl.
When
like
somebody tried to out him or something, I would call that. But even
that's
like,
true.
Yeah, somebody tried to out him, he would kill them, and I would call that the same. I would put him hand in hand, like like he would do the same thing.
So you think they're the same level?
I think they're the same.
I feel like Joe's a little bit.
No, I think the only difference between Joe and Reese is that Reese said that I feel like he kind of gets off on killing people. It seemed like he said it like in a sexual way, which is gross. That's at least what I took from it.
Yeah,
I don't think Joe. I don't think Joe gets off on it like that, but I think they'll still murder for the same reasons. Yeah, like if Joe, I absolutely, because Joe wants to kill Reese for blackmailing him, and he would if he had the chance. Yeah. So he would absolutely do it. So they're literally the same. I'm like treacherous twins. I'm telling you, they're the same person. They're brothers.
They're both
not in Christ, but they are brothers.
in this in a psycho serial killer way. Yeah, I cannot. But yeah, so that whole conversation is just awkward. I'm just like, not y'all trying to bond over like these murders. It's just disturbing. It's very disturbing, this episode. But he basically just tells Joe, like, you need to put this on somebody or it's you. Like, you're going to be the next person that I turn this all back on. So then it like flashes back to the event. So as I was saying, Kate's trying to sell off Simon's stuff. Crazy. I would never. But that's kind of funny. I think the next thing then they're at this party and Phoebe tells Joe that someone's following her now. So this whole episode, she was like being hella paranoid for a good reason, because we'll explain here in a second. She freaking knew that there was someone following her. And then, I think Joe and her are just sitting at this bar chatting, and she's like gossiping about everybody. But she gives Joe a hint that Connie is maybe someone that she's suspicious of. And I didn't see that coming from anywhere. I have not really paid attention to Connie, or even like, I don't even think we've talked about him yet. Yeah. So I was like, now they're finally
I haven't paid attention either. So I don't know.
I was like, who is he? Like, what's even about him, or what's even going on with him or whatever. But they kind of explained in this episode, he was like a druggie. He was just like off the edge. And Kate was like, yeah, he's the only person I'm like kind of suspicious of. So I think that was kind of like interesting. I think Joe was now like, like this is going to be my target. Because remember, Reese just told him he has to pin it on somebody. So Joe now is like,
he's like, I got kind of interviewing people to see who he should pin it on. Like, who has like the worst life that I could like get away with and not feel that bad about it. Right. Exactly. Make it make sense. So he seemed like a good candidate. Yeah. But I think Joe felt for him a little bit when he told his story to him, and he was like, oh, like he didn't really feel like he wanted to pin it on him. He was still sold on it though when they get to the party until they have another conversation with each other. So
exactly.
At this point, or where are we at? Because
No, not yet. So
Okay.
I think first, like Phoebe's talking to him. He's like, I think gets excited. He's like, okay, I kind of have a person. Maybe I'm gonna look into this Connie guy. It does do a quick flash to this like really handsome new character who like walks in. His name's Nico, that guy that's like all into Kate or whatever. They flashed that real quick.
Nico.
He walked in and he's all like, hi, Kate. And Joe like sees them and Joe gets jealous because he's like, who's this handsome guy? Like all close to Kate and chatting it up with her. So that's only like little piece that kind of happens before that part. And then actually, I think that's when it flashes to them having a more deeper conversation. And like Joe ends up taking him to lunch, I think, or something, right? They're like at some restaurant. He wants to meet up with him to like get to know him better. But I think he's just scoping out, like, can I pin it on this guy? Like, get to know him. He's crying to Joe. He's like, the police actually think it's me too. And I can't even remember shit. Like, I only wake up to drink and to do coke. I felt so bad for this guy. I was like, he literally is like the worst off of all of them.
He's been escaping his reality. So he really would have been a good candidate because somebody could easily say, well, you were blacked out. Like you know, you don't know what you did. But
I think he didn't even know. He was like, I don't even remember shit. Like, help me, Joe. I was like, but Joe, of course, I don't think at that point Joe was like sympathizing. I think Joe was just like, yeah, honestly, this would be the perfect person. Yeah. Because he's kind of like already fucked up. And I was just like, Joe. Actually, I wrote down because I was like, what was Joe's kind of thoughts? Joe said he also thought maybe framing him could save his life, which is true.
That's true.
He said that. And I was like, he's always
because he doesn't want him to like go and do drugs and, you know, get worse. He's like, well, maybe it'll save his life if I just put him in jail. Like, then he can't do drugs. So that's true. He did say that. See, he's rationalizing evil.
I guess, right? He's so psycho. I feel like he at least tries to like have a good reason behind stuff, as morbid as that is though, right? Tries to make sense of his sanity, or insanity. Okay, so then after that, he has that whole conversation. I think he's like, okay, Connie's my guy. That's who I'm gonna put it on. He goes home and he freaking finds Simon's ear in his freezer. I wrote that down because that was like super crazy. Now he knows Reese is serious, right? Reese is like, do it tonight or tomorrow. It's on you.
Yeah, he literally said that.
I was like, damn, that is so crazy. So then it flashes back to the event earlier. They were just like getting ready for it. And Kate was like setting up and everyone was kind of just like mingling and stuff. Now it's like time for the event. And one of the first people Joe sees when he walks in, it's like a really fancy event, like always at Sundry House. He sees Nadia and she's with the little boy from the class. I thought that was so funny because remember in the beginning she hated him. Yeah. And they were like arguing and stuff. So that was cute. I was like, oh, she got a little boo. So that was kind of funny.
And she felt like he was just kind of she misunderstood him. Yeah. He was actually trying to do better than his wealthy family or whatever. That's kind of shitty, I guess. Yeah. So she felt some sort of sympathy for him. And was his date. So
yes, I just love.
I still have my eye on Nadia. I know that she's suspicious of Joe now, but I also feel like I don't know. I feel like she may be the one who's going to figure everything out, to be honest, and be like, oh my God, Joe is this kind of person. And this is what happened with Reese. Yeah. She may help Joe even figure out how to get Reese. Yeah, she may. Yeah. So
I feel like she would help
but I don't know.
Yeah. I think she loves Joe.
Maybe I'm changing my stance on Nadia now, but
yeah. I love her still. I feel like she's a big, important character. So more to come. I'm like, give us more Nadia. Yeah. They're still kind of keeping her in the background. But she's all fangirling over Phoebe. And she's like, oh my God, Joe, like, can you introduce me to her? You know her. She's really shocked, I think, that he knows all these rich people, which I thought that was interesting.
She asked him, are you rich? Like, yeah. Why do you know these people?
Right. So why are you hanging out here at Sundry's house? So that was just kind of like a funny, quick scene when he's getting to the party. He also bumps into Kate, which I thought was so cute. I think they're both still just like awkward and kind of struggling. Like they like each other so much, but they're both denying it and like acting like they don't like each other. And yeah, I think it's just so cute. I had to call that out because they were like, he like walked by her and she was all happy that he was there, I think. And yeah, they just still have a lot of sexual tension and like passion for each other. I'm just like, just hurry up and date.
Yeah, they like each other.
Yeah, it's so funny. So then he sees Connie and he's like, okay, it's time for the mission. I was just like, I was so sad because Connie literally like looked like he was knocked out. He was like laying back on the couch or whatever. And Joe like is like, oh my God, this dude is making it way too freaking easy for me. Remember, he got that ear in the freezer. He's gonna plant it on him so then this guy can go down for all these murders. But he like walks up to Connie and Connie like wakes up and he's just like, oh, actually, he ended up at the end like saying he was meditating, so that made me so happy. I was like, what the heck? And he's like, I had an epiphany or whatever, an awakening. When you talked to me, I just realized like I felt so embarrassed that I'm this druggy guy and doing booty bumps. I freaking forgot to say that earlier. He was telling him that he could get booty bumps and stuff. Like, he's just a whole mess. And he was like, yeah, talking to you, like I just realized I had an eye-opening that I want to be better and I'm checking into rehab tomorrow or whatever. So now
and
Joe's like,
when Joe was like, damn, like that's when he felt bad for him. He was like, okay, I can't. Yes. He needed somebody else. Because he wanted, that guy wanted to do better. So
I'm like, damn. Yeah, now he couldn't get him. And then he's like, yeah, meditate with me or whatever. Close your eyes. I was just like, damn, I could not even believe that. Yeah, Connie now wants to be
he changed his whole life after talking to Joe.
Joe
and everybody, because everybody wants to talk to Joe. They're like, give me some words of advice, like you did with Phoebe, and then now he's helped this guy. So now it's like people think that his word is like gold.
Oh wait, I think I wrote something. I think he also had said like, I want to be a good person like you. That made me laugh so hard. Like, these people just think Joe is a hero. Joe is this great guy.
He's like the sweetest guy. He would never do anything, right? Like oh man, he fools people so good.
I could not with Joe. So yeah, now that is kind of just on hold. I think Joe's probably like, what the fuck am I gonna do now? I bet you he probably still would have pinned it on him, maybe tried to figure it out, but a whole nother situation happens. So remember we were talking about paparazzi girl. She ends up popping up. That's like the next scene. And she like grabs Phoebe and she's just like, oh my God, Dawn, Phoebe.
Dawn, right?
Yeah, okay, yeah. Her name is Dawn, the paparazzi. Yeah, you're right. And she grabs Phoebe and she's like, the police want to talk to you. Hurry, come with me. It's an emergency. And Phoebe's already scared, right? She thinks someone's stalking her. Guess who it was? Crazy Dawn has been following her and like stalking her and being obsessed with her. And she takes her to this room and is like acting like she wants to protect her. And she just needs to get her away from the party or whatever. And Phoebe believes it, you know, she's like, oh my God, like, where are the police? Like, help me. Yeah, let's go talk to them and figure out what's going on tonight. And I was just like, she is so dumb though. Like, she did not know this girl. This girl did not look like no police. No. She was a waitress. She had on waiter clothes. That's how she snuck into this event. And I was just like, damn, Phoebe. Like, and I think
gullible. She went with her. Dawn locks the door from the inside, puts a lock on it.
Yep. Yeah, and Nadia saw her, so that I think is a big piece because that's kind of how
how Joe went up there. Yes, right. Nadia tried to get an autograph from Phoebe on the elevator before she went up.
Yeah,
and she was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I can't right now because the police want to talk to me." And she was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And so then she went up to Joe. Nadia went to Joe and was like, "Hey, what's happening? Like, why do the police want to talk to Phoebe?"
Yes.
Luckily, Nadia is nosy because I'm nosy too, and I would have definitely done the same shit. I'd have been like, "Why your friend gotta go talk to the police?" I would have done the same thing. So thank God Nadia is nosy and knew that business and brought it back to Joe because Joe was like, okay, like I need to find Phoebe. I don't know what Joe was thinking at that point, like whether or not that something was true or not, but it just seemed like he wanted to figure it out. Like,
I think he was worried. I think he was like, what? Like they took her somewhere?
Yeah.
And I think then, and they ended up like all getting together with the like police and with Adam. Remember, I think everybody kind of then was like, we got to find Phoebe, right? Like now they know something happened to her. And they all got together to like kind of try to find her. But a big part, I guess, of like the whole episode, which we don't have to like drag on because it was a lot, but the big chunk of it is Dawn and Phoebe in this room. And she's just like super obsessed with her. She thinks they're best friends. Like, what was
she thinks they got tattoos together. Like she's like, remember, like we're so close, we got matching tattoos. And Dawn really had a whole tattoo, and then she's like, yeah, look at yours. And Phoebe doesn't have one at all. And that's when she's looking at her like, are you crazy? Like what the fuck? Like, but she really does believe. She names like her favorite songs. Like she actually tells her about Adam. She's like, I'm sorry, but your boyfriend is like using you for money. Like he's really not a good guy.
Yeah, she does care about Phoebe, it seems like.
Yeah, it seems like she kind of cares about her.
Yeah, too much.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a friend like that? I was thinking that. I was like, I want to ask you, like just a friend that's like too like into you or just too obsessed with you or too crazy. Me either.
No. Never. I don't even know how that dynamic would work. Yeah, I'm too like space, like 10 steps away, like stand back, back up. Yeah, I think most people read me with that, and I don't think I could have a friend that was all on me like that.
I'm like, damn, like she was obsessive.
She was
like
obsessive.
Too crazy. Like,
yeah,
I didn't even know what a friend does.
I don't even know what that would feel like.
Yeah.
Right? Like, what would that even feel like to have somebody you would be wondering, like, what's so great about me? Why you like me this much?
What
like,
about on social media, maybe? What if there's people out there that are like watching your page? Does that creep you out? Or do you ever think about that? Like, what if someone's looking at your page and they're like that? Like, they're like talking to you and they think you're a friend and they're like in love with you. Isn't that crazy?
I guess. I don't even know. That would be weird, I guess. Like,
I think
do I know about it?
Yeah.
Would I know about it? Would they tell me?
Or maybe suspicious of anyone, like writing you or liking your stuff or being creepy. I feel like there's some people who I'd be like, you think you know me, or you think you're my friend, or like, they casually have conversations and it's like, I love you, you're really nice and you reach out a lot. There'd be some people that kind of take it a little too far. It's like, you don't know me. You've never met me.
I honestly see that happening with you because you're so friendly and
I write back.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like,
right.
Yes.
You're like, yes, you are like that. Well, that would never happen to me because I probably am not responding, or
they are my friends.
I'm like this.
So I'm the psycho.
Like,
I want to be friends with
I want to be friends with everybody. Yeah, you love everybody. And I don't think anybody could really get the wrong impression with me. Like, it's this is what it is. Like, stop. So I feel like, you can't really even get that far with me. But I could definitely see somebody doing that. I could definitely see that.
That is so funny. It just made me think about that. Yeah. I was like, dang, she's kind of psycho.
Yeah, that's a good question. Never with that though, because she was what's that fucking word?
Oh, I don't wrote it down. Yes.
She had something. I don't even know who diagnosed her with this really, but
they said somebody said it. Yeah,
somebody said.
Oh, erotomania or something like that.
Mm-hmm. I guess it's when you have an obsession with somebody and think that you guys are friends or have a romantic relationship with each other, even though you don't even know them. Yeah. So it's taking it to that next level. I do have men that do that to me. I actually think I know men that got erotomania or whatever that is.
That's what I was saying.
Because they be thinking I'm their wife. I'm like, I don't even know you. You're like, you're my wife. I don't know you. No, I'm not. That does happen to me. Mm-hmm. So
people get obsessed.
That's erotomania.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
These people be.
Well, that's what Dawn has.
Yes.
She actually supposedly does. So whatever. We'll keep it like that.
Mm-hmm. She's crazy. So the whole time, they're basically just in there chit-chatting and she's telling her how much she loves her and she's protecting her. Joe finally finds the room. So remember earlier, Nadia said something. So they're all kind of looking. Of course, Joe finds the room. I'm like, Joe is just he's like the best freaking investigator, stalker, whatever you want to call him. But he ends up finding the room, and then I think he's like knocking and trying to get in, and Dawn's just like, no, and Phoebe's like, I trust him, he's a good friend of mine. If anything happened to him, like, I would be so mad at myself. So she talks Dawn to letting him in. Joe gets in and basically like tells her about herself. I feel like he's just like, you're a crazy girl. Let's take a step back. You don't know her. Like, he's gentle. I feel like everybody just gets comfortable with him, but she's like, no, you don't know me. And you're a fraud. I looked you up. I don't know anything about you. And she's like telling Phoebe, she don't trust this guy, Joe. And then Phoebe actually ends up grabbing the knife because this lady was holding a knife. We didn't really dig into this, but remember when Tina was saying that they had matching tattoos? And she had one, but Phoebe didn't. She told Phoebe she was about to give her one.
Yeah, with the knife. Yeah, that was crazy.
She was psycho.
That was extra.
That was so extra.
Why you don't do that with the knife? You gonna give her a scar?
Right.
That's not
even
even
do a tattoo.
Like, come on, man. Like,
what are you doing?
Yeah.
So Phoebe grabs it though. Phoebe was like getting a little aggressive. I was like, okay, Phoebe got a little psycho in her.
She did. Mm-hmm. That's right.
She grabbed the knife and was like, girl, you don't know me.
Yeah. She's like, what am I gonna do next then? What am I gonna do next? And she had like the knife to her throat. Like, what do you think I'm gonna do?
I think she would have hurt her.
I actually think she would have.
The police busted it.
Because she was mad. Actually, Phoebe was so mad because she was saying, like, I've been nice to you and now I'm pissed. And that kind of seems to be like her MO the rest of the show too. Like, I've been nice to people, now I'm not. Like, I'm gonna say what I want, how I want. And
she's tired of people
she's like
using her.
Yeah.
I think because she figured out that Adam might be a user. Now she's like, ain't nobody gonna play me no more and use me no more.
Yeah.
which is so crazy. Good for her. I told you I love Phoebe. I loved her. I'm like, she's so dope.
Yeah, Phoebe kind of came into herself, I think, towards with this experience, I'll say.
Yes.
With Dawn.
I think so too. Getting her little independence. I think I said that in like the title of the episode too. Kate and Phoebe are trying to get their independence or something. And I was like,
I can kind of see why they're friends now. At first I couldn't, but now I can. Like Phoebe is actually a really good person. She's probably the second richest of them all, because Kate is technically the first, I think, right?
Yeah.
So Phoebe is like extremely wealthy, but has a really good heart.
Yeah.
And she doesn't seem extremely stuck up. Like she's a little bougie maybe, but she's not stuck up. Like she seems really sweet to people.
I think she's a really good person.
Now she's losing friends and finding peace because these motherfuckers have been using her ass, and she's just like, no, I'm done. Like that's it.
Y'all not about to play me.
No.
I'm here.
So I like her. Yeah.
I like her so much too. Yeah. And she showed her psycho side. So I was like, okay, she's spicy. I was like, I love her even more now. But the police busted in.
They said she was a Leo. Did you hear that, by the way?
No.
She was born August something. That's what Dawn was saying. She's like, I know she was born this day. This is her favorite song. It was a Britney Spears song, but her birthday was August something, and she's a Leo.
So as a character, she's a Leo. That makes sense. Big Leo energy. Yeah. She's like bossy and a star. And that's so funny. I didn't catch that. I love you. So Phoebe's a Leo. That's important to me.
That's important.
Oh, I'm gonna look at her in a whole different way now. But it makes sense because she's like very leadership and such a Leo vibe. Thankfully, the police busted in though, because she was about to go ham on Dawn, and the police are like, "Oh my God, what's going on?" And she's like, "This lady's a psycho. She kidnapped me, and she was in here trying to hurt me and kill Joe." So we're so glad you guys are here. And the police then are like searching through her stuff and like just looking around. Guess what they find in her backpack?
Simon's ear, bitch.
I was like, oh. Joe, and I did not see him put it in.
No, they had to do a flashback of it, but that was good because he was able to like slip it in while they were having an argument. That was smart. He was like, perfect, because I don't like Dawn. This is a perfect opportunity. He's like, I'm gonna just go ahead and slip this ear in that backpack. Nobody's gonna notice, and then get her framed. Perfect. Perfect.
Oh Lord, I drank too fast. And luckily, I know, right? Slow down. But luckily, I was actually glad that this kind of happened, because that's a better person than Connie, right? Like I was thinking, like, now that
that's
Connie's
a better person.
Yeah, I was like, if Connie's going to rehab and like he's a better guy, Joe shouldn't put it on him. And I was just thinking, like, who is he gonna put it on? And this lady, not like nobody should go down for, right, like killing all these people if they didn't really do it. But out of anybody, she's a psycho. Like she low-key just needs to be sitting down somewhere, go to jail, get some help. She needs mental health help. Like she was crazy. So.
And that's perfect because she'll probably be in a psychiatric facility rather than jail. And I think that's how Joe kind of rationalized it too. Well, she'll be in there, and she does need that help anyways. And then by the time he can figure out how to frame or put this all back on Reese, they'll let her go for, at least the murder conviction, right? But she'll be in psychiatric care probably for a little while because she still needs that. I killed my drink. I'm mad.
I have another one.
Oh, well, okay.
I brought it for you.
Oh, she brought me some.
Hey, stay ready. Then you don't gotta get ready.
Yeah, there you go. I was just thinking, I was like, damn, I killed my drink. I actually don't even drink that. I finished before you.
Thank you.
That's crazy. Okay. Johna drinks way faster than I do, and she could drink more. So I'm like,
you always say that every episode too. So I'm like, okay.
I can't believe I drink that.
You're not getting litty tonight.
I guess I am. I'm shocked at myself.
We need like little break music.
Yeah, right. Well, we might do that. We might do a little interlude to a break and then intermission. Come back. Yeah, a little intermission maybe. Yeah, that's funny. That would be cute. That would be cute.
Super cute. Drink break. We're gonna have to add that in. Play a new song we love, because we always share music too. So I've been saying, like, we gotta share some music on here.
Yeah, we could do that. That'd be cute. Let us know if you guys would like that. We'll do a little DJ kind of setup thing.
Yes, intermission. New song of the
week. You guys run to get something to drink, go pee, go get your snack, come right back. We'll see you.
Yes, that's a great time. Go run to the restroom.
Right, exactly. Y'all need to pee, go ahead. We're gonna take a second, get our drinks.
I love it. Oh, this makes me laugh so much. So funny. Okay. Let me sip some then too. Okay, so then it kind of like the next scene it flips to is like they're walking out and I think Phoebe says Joe's the hero again or something cute like that, and Adam was pissed. I thought that was so funny.
Yeah.
And I'm like, at least Joe continues looking like a good guy. I love Joe, so I'm always like, make him look good. And yeah, so that was funny. They kind of like ended that whole scene of John going down for the dirt like that. The next scene is it kind of goes back to Joe at school. There's just like a quick cut of him walking at school, but I think this is super important, which you kind of already hit on it earlier.
Yeah.
But Nadia is really suspicious of Joe, and like they kind of end it with that where they were like at the campus and she's talking to her little boo now, the other student that was in their class, and she's like, I just don't know what's up with this Joe guy. Like he puts off like he knows a lot more than he is telling us, and like he's a different person. Like she just seems really suspicious of him, which I was surprised because I'm like, he's been good to her and seems like she likes him. But I think now she's just like, all these rich people, you keep popping up as a hero. And remember, she's super into books and literature. And she said something like, when is the person who's always the hero, like not more involved or like
more involved than they would seem to be? So she knows there's way more of a connection.
Yeah.
And I bet she's going to try to figure it out. She is that kind of person.
I think what if she's been like watching him and like really trying to figure out who he is this whole time too? Like maybe she's been doing her own little
maybe she'll start putting
behind the scenes,
and if not, she's putting pieces together from what she already knows versus what she's going to be looking at now, because her narrative in her brain about him has changed. Absolutely. Now she's looking at him like suspicious. Before she was looking at him like, I'm helping you find somebody else. So now she's looking at him like a villain. First it was victim, now it's villain. She's looking at him like a villain.
Yeah, I think she's probably putting it together that he was trying to solve a murder or write a murder book. All his friends are dying, and then now all of a sudden he's been the hero in all of it.
Yeah,
I think she's starting to realize like,
that doesn't make sense. That's right.
I love it. True. She's so smart. Like
right.
We weren't even thinking about that, but I think she's putting it together. So we gotta keep our eyes on her.
And then Kate is back at her house. So the guy that came in, what was his name again?
His name was Nico.
Okay, so Nico came in, bought all her art, first of all. And she was like, she told him, she said, make an offer and I'll see, if you're serious, like I'll see, right?
Yeah.
Well, he bought it all for like a pretty penny. And then he kind of comes up to her like, he wants to like, hang out with her. And she's like, look, I don't come with the art. And he's like, I know, but I like what I like type of thing. And she's like, all right, meet me in my house.
Yeah.
So they go back to her house.
Yeah.
And they're kissing. Joe, I think, is watching from the other side and in his window. So he's watching this go down and he don't really like it. Right. But she's kissing this guy and his phone dings. And it says Lockwood, I believe. It says Tom Lockwood or just Lockwood. Yes! And then she sees it and she's like, are you serious? Like, you work, she put the pieces together, you're working for my dad now. And so that pissed her clean off. Like we know Kate does not like her dad. She does not associate with her family, none of that. She put the pieces together. Of course, her father really bought all of her paintings because he wanted to kick off her charity or whatever.
Yeah, her charity fundraiser, whatever. Yeah, whatever. She was raising the money for it.
So he wanted to kick it off. So he is the one who bought all of her paintings, and that really pissed her off.
Yeah.
So this guy works for her dad, and Nico's like, hey, your dad's trying to do good. Like he wants to help you. Like he wants to be there for you. And she's like, no, you don't understand. My dad wants to control me. And you're too stupid to understand this, but he's trying to control me. So this was a power move and not like a generous thing. It was just a power move. Right. And so she asked him to leave. She's like, just get out. Like, you don't know what you're talking about or what you're doing. I don't know the extent of Kate's past with her family. We know she's obviously was raised a certain way and she probably has some sort of a past. More than we know. Exactly. Because of what her dad did, right? Like I'm sure there's so many things that tie into that type of family, and it's like almost like a mafia. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot that goes into that, secrets and murders and cover-ups and money and all types of stuff. And so she knows a lot.
One of the most powerful men
in the world,
or something, right?
Yeah, he knows a lot. So she had him leave. And then Joe, of course, he's thinking to himself, like, he sees this happen, right? So he's like, I should go over to her. I am leading her on, and I should talk to her. So he goes to her house. And this is where they have that conversation with each other about what are they doing.
I know. I thought it was so cute. He finally like admits that he really likes her, but he was like scared. I think he was so afraid. He's just like, I want you, and like I want to be with you, but I can't. Like, you just don't want this. Like, I think he's like trying to protect her, or like not have her as, another person that gets wrapped up in his crazy world. And I think he just is afraid to be with her. And I think Kate impressed the fuck out of me. Like, I fell in love with her so much more because she's just like, I don't care about your past. Like, I have a past too, a name I'm trying to get away from. And I just would love to start fresh. And like, who cares about who you were? Who cares about who I was? As long as we're honest from here and on out, like, I got you, and let's do this. And that was like, I was like, she's such a good person. Like,
I did like that, because she did say, look, you have a past. You don't want anybody to know about your past. I don't want anybody to know about my past. She doesn't want to she said, I had a previous name too. She knows Joe had a previous name too. She's like, I won't ask you any questions. You don't need to ask me any questions. We're both trying to do the same thing. Literally, like, Joe has been doing this whole time. I'm trying to be better. Kate is the same way. So it was really important to me that Joe in his head was like, we are trying to do the same thing. We're trying to be better people. So it's literally, they both are. Now, Kate, we don't know this in her past, but we do know that she's got her secrets. So does Joe, but they are trying to do the same thing. So I actually do like Kate more, because she didn't try to pry, which is crazy because Kate's actually extremely detailed. Like, she's a detailed person, right? So she's strategic too as well. So it was interesting to me that she was like, just forget it. I think it's too deep and too crazy. She was like, don't ask. I won't ask. Let's just move. Let's just move forward. Yeah.
Some people are like,
I would do that honestly too, probably. Like, if I had a pet, it's like, and I know you do. Anything. You don't need to know. I don't need to know. Let's just move forward.
That's how Dart is. He's like, now and future is it. Some people don't want to dig, and I'm just like, I like to dig. Tell me your whole childhood trauma.
Right.
Tell me your deep dark secrets, but I don't judge for it. Like, I just want to unpack it. I got you.
And I think that I would normally be the same way, but I think if I was in the position of like Joe and Kate, and I had those kinds of things, that is so much that I just wouldn't even want to, because if you can connect with somebody over murdering people, I don't know what kind of relationship that would be. It just would, like, if Kate was like, oh, you murdered your ex-wife and you murdered like 17 other people, and that's fine. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, it was a 17, but still, like, I don't think that
it probably was 17.
I know, right? Like, we don't know, but it's like, I just feel like she might not be going for that. And who knows what she's done though, we don't really know.
Maybe she has some skeletons.
She could, but she's not gonna, I don't know. I wouldn't think she would relate to Joe in the sense of like, I've killed most of the people I've dated.
Do you think they're a good match?
I do, because I feel like Kate, well, when she doesn't want to know, I think she'll dismiss it even if she did. She's not going to want to believe that. Anything that takes Kate away from her family is what she's going to go towards. And Joe has so much drama that if anything surfaced, that would take it away. Plus, Kate's family, I mean, she does have a powerful family. So if Joe tried to do anything, I just don't think that they wouldn't find out. Like, I know that Love's family tried, but then, the hitman was like, look, I don't even want to do this anymore. Change heart. You're not gonna get lucky twice. Like, Tom Lockwood's favorite daughter is Kate. So he's gonna die over that.
Maybe that's why Joe's afraid to be with her too. He's like,
could be.
She got too much going on, and like her family's too powerful. Like, I don't want to get involved with that.
But so anyways, they have that conversation. They decide they'll do it. They're just gonna go ahead and make it work. They're gonna date and just ignore each other's past and move forward from there. And I do think that that's cute.
I think they're a good match.
I just think that they're both not fully in it, because you have to hide some parts of you. So I don't think it's fully in it,
Yeah.
but it's a distraction. So,
Yeah.
and they both need that. They both are needing a distraction right now. They both have a lot going on. So,
They do.
anyways, Joe heads back to his house. And of course, who's there having a grand old time sitting at a table? Reese.
Oh, he's like
Reese
better
is
than Joe
so-
at this
yeah,
stalking pop-up
right.
life.
Like he really popped up. Like he's serious about that.
He do. He's on Joe's ass.
He's like,
Joe made
already
his
know.
match.
Yeah. Told you, treacherous twin. That is his person. But yeah, Reese was literally sitting at the table and he's like excited. Like he was like basically congratulating him on how well he did with the framing job.
Yeah. He was like erotomania or whatever.
He's like, I would have never
like, that was
brilliant.
genius.
Yeah, brilliant. Like, oh my gosh, like this is so good. Yeah. He was like impressed by Joe's work. He was so happy that he did it.
Yeah.
And Joe thinks he's done. He's like, okay, I did what you wanted me to do. I'm done. Like, let's stop doing this. And he's like, we barely started. These are the little people. Like, we have so many more people to go. Like, what?
I was like, I can't with Reese. Reese is low-key really psycho.
He is.
Like, it ain't even just like for I want to help someone or I need to get someone out the way. It's like power. Like they're messing up my shit. I want to be the mayor. These people need to get out of my way. I'm just like, how crazy can you be to kill people just for your own benefit? That's different. I think it's a different level. I think he's worse than Joe.
Yeah. Malicious.
Joe ain't like, I want to be powerful or I need to be in this position so these people have to get out of my way. Like Reese is crazy. I'm not mad at it. He is interesting. I feel like they had to have like a, what is that called? The antagonist or like the bad guy, the villain, right? Like
the antagonist. Yeah. Technically, Joe's a protagonist right now. Technically.
Exactly.
I think. But
I'm like, damn. He wants him to help him kill more people. And he only said one so far though, right? I feel like he just said now it's Kate's dad, right?
Yeah.
Like,
he's like, look at it, it's your girlfriend's this person's in your girlfriend's way. And also he's the devil. So I think he's running against him, right? Didn't he say like he's gonna run against him or I think competition or something?
I think he said he's funding his competition. Like his dad is connected to the other person who's running for mayor.
Okay, well that's really important. That's why he wants him to die. So he's like, we're gonna kill Tom Lockwood, the devil himself. That's gonna be fucking interesting.
And he's already a bad guy. Kate even hates him, remember? Because he had all that stuff with the children getting cancer.
Right. But how do you get to Tom Lockwood?
Yeah.
Like, bro, like that's crazy. Like, how are they gonna get to him? Like, this guy seems like a ghost right now, right?
Like a big guy.
Like,
big dog.
Yeah, he's a big dog and he sends out all the little people to do his work. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they even get to him.
I think so too. But I'm just like, I'm kind of like, so now they're gonna just be trying to kill this guy. Are they gonna be like a team?
Yeah, I don't like how
Reese. Mad.
Yeah, I don't like how Reese is like, you're gonna do this, like, for him. Like, I don't like.
Maybe Joe's gonna just be on a mission to kill Reese, so this can be done with.
But also, it's like, Reese, why don't you just hire your own hitman? Why are you hiring Joe as an amateur? Like, he's like can cover up bodies well, like fucking Dexter and shit. Like, but why are you hiring somebody who's not that good at like actually? I feel like a hitman would be better. Like, there's so many. Joe is still amateur. Like, he can kill people. That's fine. He has done that, but it's like he's still an amateur though. Yeah. Like, I don't know why
there's pros who do this.
Yeah, there's pros who do this. Like, and you have Woody. Like, why Joe? Like, Joe need to suggest to him some hitmen. He need to do a PowerPoint and be like, look, this is why I'm not qualified for the job. This is why somebody else is. I might die. If you care about me and you don't want me to die, like, don't put me on the job.
I can't believe, because remember the first one with Malcolm, he didn't know that Joe was even a killer. Like, he was just trying to like frame him, right? Or like put it on him. Because if he initially did that first one, like his intentions were probably bad. That's why that made me think like Bruce is a douchebag. Because he was acting like Joe's friend, like a motherfucker. Oh, hi, and oh, you're so cool. And all these rich people, like they don't get us, and da da da. Like, I was like, you were actually planning to like frame Joe all along. I just don't trust this guy. I'm like, I love him, but he's starting to get a little suspicious, I guess. Not suspicious, but I'm just like, I don't like him as much now.
Yeah.
I'm like,
no, you don't like him.
It's
turning you off. Because
he
need to do his own dirty work too.
Right.
Like he keep making Joe do it. It's like, just do your own work. Like, get it done. He obviously knows how to kill people. Do it yourself. Like,
exactly.
Y'all can alternate. You one time, Joe the next. You one time, Joe the next. Just alternate it. Like, you're just making Joe do everything. It's like, don't do that. Like,
I can't with Reese. Do you guys like Reese? Are you now like liking him more, liking him less now that you guys know he's a murderer? Because we kind of liked him. I loved him. I thought that was gonna be Joe's new bestie, and he was so nice and the only like cool one out of these rich crazies. I'm not liking Reese. Y'all like Reese? Y'all love him now? You hate him now? Let us know.
I can't take him serious because of the accent, so I still like him. Like, I know he's a bad person, but like, he's just funny. He says like some funny things that I like dark humor. So I think it's hilarious. I still like him because of that, but I know he's really not a good guy.
Yeah. I'm not. And who's gonna kill who first? Is Reese gonna kill Joe? Is Joe gonna get Reese? I'm like, that's the only thing I'm kind of like still interested in. Is I'm like, how the fuck is this gonna play out now?
How's
this
gonna play out?
What is Joe gonna do? I am like on my toes because I don't know what they're gonna do for part 2. It better be good. Better keep the momentum.
Yep, I hope so, because there's only 4 more episodes I think that we have watched. So next week we'll do episode 7 and recap that. So I'm excited to see what happens, what goes down. Who, if we get any closer to Joe figuring out how to pin this on Reese. I'm sure we will. I'm sure Joe is coming up with a lot of things right now that we're not seeing yet, but I bet he's got a plan. He's got a plan. So he always does. Reese is trying, but he don't know who he's messing with.
That is so true. I feel like Joe always wins.
Joe always wins. He does.
I love it.
He's gonna predict Reese. He's gonna find where he's predictable, and that's where he's gonna get him.
He'll catch him slipping.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree. Oh, well, yeah, that's really how they ended it. Reese is like, we ain't done. And yeah, it's killing time. Like, I cannot with this.
It's killing time.
Yes, I feel like Reese is just trying to make this crazy plan and bring Joe in it. I'm so mad at Reese. So we're gonna wrap up because I could just keep bashing Reese all day. I'm so mad at him.
All right,
let Joe go for me, and we'll cheers.
Oh, you want some? Oh, okay.
Pour some more so we can cheers.
Can we have this on the thing?
Put it down. Put it down.
Okay, there we go. All righty.
We don't want no.
All righty, the police. We don't want the YouTube police. We don't even know what will happen. Police. Yeah, we don't want the social media police coming on here. Like, what do y'all got in your cup?
No, I know. It's only certain apps. So we're not going to say any names. Some of them are strict. You got to be on your best behavior.
Right, so. Exactly.
But we're grown, so we haven't a drink. Hope y'all have one. Or hope you guys have a good, relaxing night or a good week whenever you're listening to this. Thank you so much for listening in. We love y'all. And until next time. Oh my gosh, I love hearts all day, every day. Big love over here.
Yeah, thanks for all the people that do listen to us. And we see all the different countries that do, and we do get shocked. So it's cool. It's very cool to see, and we do appreciate it. And just get your feedback too. So
yes, please reach out to us. Tell us what you guys are thinking. Your thoughts on each episode, on the characters. Like,
thank you to everybody in Atlanta, because our percentage is high in Atlanta. So thank you everybody in Atlanta. Like, I'm trying to go down there, so I don't think I've ever been there before. Have you? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. We're about to go to ATL. Y'all like us.
That's their headquarters.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, you guys. Anyways, we'll wrap this up because off topic. But yeah, okay. So give a comment, like, share, subscribe, all that. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. What else am I missing?
At It's Giving Review. Some people maybe just listening in at this point. Maybe they haven't listened to the old ones. So good to give them our handle. It's at It's Giving Review. Please reach out to us. Hit us up. We love you guys so much. We want to chit chat. And we're excited for part 2 to see how they wrap this up. I don't know where they're going to go. I'm low-key kind of feeling like,
I don't know. I'll have more ideas next episode, I think.
I'm gonna watch it right now. Yeah. I'd be so excited once we record.
Me too.
So we can watch the next one and dig into it with you guys. So
all right. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye. Love you guys.